Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well and you're getting out on the bank. So I'm doing a little video tonight on how to do the hook lengths but with a micro bait band. There's all sorts of ways you could do it, but again, from the last video we did about the rigs, I'll show you the way I do it. I just find it a lot easier. I'll talk you through the items that we've got, and we'll take it from there and we'll get to work on it. Alright, so I'll spin you around now and let you know what we use. So the items I've got today for doing this little rig is I've decided to go with some Power Micron, which is 018. I thought I'd give that a try, as I've never tried it before, so it's always good to try new lines to see what the strengths are and how well they cope under pressure. So yeah, so first things first, I'm going to use my Power Micron, my 018, and I'm going to obviously use my hook tire for my hooks, the micro bait bands, a lighter, some scissors, some PTFE coated. These are Super Pellet Waggler. I tend to use these because you know, they're a lot stronger, and you can get I say others as well, but I prefer the PTFE coated because you can use them and use them and use them and they don't get rusted and they don't blunt too easily. So that's the reason why I've gone for those. And here are two little hook links that I've already done, which I'll show you what I'll do then. I'll just come in a bit closer so you can see them like that. And the way I've done it, obviously I haven't put a loop or tied the loop at the end of it. I've done it a different way, but we'll get into that in a sec. So yeah, that's the items that I'll be using to tie the rig. So without further ado, let's crack on and show you how we do it. Okay, now that I've turned you around, all I've got is a mat, a hook, a bait band and some line to start off with. So what we'll do is we'll take about 12 inches off the Power Micron, like so. We'll give that a little trim off to one side a sec. So now what we do is we get a hook, and what we do, we'll go through the front of it, the front of the hook first. I'll try and get that as close as I can so you can see it. So we'll go through the front of the hook like so, and then what we do with this tag end here, we'll bring it down at the bend of the hook. And then what we'll do then is we'll just slip the micro bait band on like that, as you can see there, like that. So what I haven't done is I haven't tied a loop or anything like that. The way I do this is obviously being a carp angler, you know, a couple of years back. It's a way what I thought would be a lot better to basically do this, because it's similar to like a chod, but it's not a chod. Obviously if you're carp angling, you know what I mean by a chod rig, but yeah, it's similar to that, but obviously it's got a bit of a hair at the bottom of the hook, so instead of on the shank of the hook. So yeah, so what we'll do is we'll put the bait band on like so, and then this tag end, what we'll do is we'll bring it up back through the back of the eye like so, like that. So then your tag ends there. Now we hold them two together, and then your bait band's there. See, and what I've done over the past by trying this is with the tag end, if you pull that up as far as you want it. So for me, I just like it just on the bottom of the hook, so it just, you know, just on the bend, if you can see that there. And yeah, so what I do is once that's on, this tag end here I'll trim off so much, and then whatever I've got left I'll use the lighter and I'll blob the end of it like so, so it creates a little blob just before the eye, if you can just see that there, like that. Yeah, see, and what that does there, it stops, you know, the line pulling back through the eye. Obviously if you get a good suction off a carp or something like that, it'll stop the line from pulling back through, which also does the same thing when you use a chod rig for when you're carp fishing. So just bringing a bit of carp fishing into a bit of match fishing, see. So yeah, that's the way I've done it. But also with this as well, once you've tied your knot, so you tied your wraps around the back of the hook, you can either pull this up or down, so it's adjustable. So if you want it longer, you can have it longer. If you want it shorter, you can have it shorter. So obviously when you've done your wraps, it'll be tighter, so it's not going to move. It's going to have very slight movement in it, so you can extend it and increase it or what you want now. So yeah, now as I've done that, as you can see, that's what we're looking like. Alright, so then what I'll do now is I'll get my hook tire and I'll put the hook in the device, like so, and I'll get that nice and tight for when I do my wraps. So I want my wraps nice and tight on the shank, so I don't want any hook. Yeah, so now I've trapped that, I'll then get my line, I'll do my wraps away from me 14 times. 10, 11, 13, 14, and then with the line I'll then go through the back of the hook. Can be a bit fiddly, but like I say, it should just go straight through. And once you've cut it through the back of the hook, you have your little loop there, and then you'll just tighten that up nice and tight, and then there's your again your perfect wraps on your hook. We'll then take that out of the device, and that's what you have there. So a little bait band on a hook which is extendable and adjusts so you can have it smaller or bigger, whatever you prefer. And that's not going to come out with obviously a little bit of blob here. So once you've done that, we'll then tie the hook length from the hook length box. Again, I'll show you how we do it, and it'll be a lot more easier. So I'll turn you back round. So what I'll do is I'll put my hook on the first peg. I'll do it this way because it'll be easier for you to see, like so. And then I'll go to the fourth prong in the box, which is there. I'll wrap that round. Now where I've wrapped that round, I don't know if you can see that. See that, but I've wrapped it round, and then between the 1 inch and the 2 inch I'm going to pinch it in the middle, like so. I'll take hook off nice and gently, which then creates me loop, like so. And then I'll then get my loop tire, tie my loop in that, and it should be bang on at the 4 inch mark. So with the loop tire, again, people find it difficult to use these, but they are not that hard to use. So yeah, so basically you get your loop tire, you'll put your loop at the neck of it, and then you'll push that loop round and then pinch it with your finger, and then you'll wrap it about 3 or 4, 5 times. And once you've done that, you'll then wrap the loop and put it through the gap of the loop tire, like that, and then just pull tight, come off, and pull tight again, like that. So there's your loop, and there's your hook and your bait band. And again, like I said, I find it a lot easier doing it this way than trying to tie a tiny loop with the band on it. You know, it gets all fiddly, and you know, it ends up getting a bit of a mess and it's coming off, or you know, and it's just being a pain in the arse. Excuse my French, but it is a pain in the backside when you're trying to get the loop tied with the bait band on it. But yeah, that is the easiest way I can think of. You know, putting a micro bait band on a little hair and then just blobbing the line when you put it back through the eye of the hook. Which, like you say, for your carp anglers out there that have an idea of what this is, you know, it's basically like a choddy. If not, it is like a choddy, but it has a longer hair on it. So yeah, just bringing a bit of carp fishing back into the match fishing and making things a bit more easier. You might have to watch it over and over just to get the gist of it, but you know, it is a good way of tying it, and you know, you're going to always, you know, be able to tie a lot more this way than you are just getting the loop with the microband on and looping it up, tying it, and then tying your hook as well, which also with the hook tie it comes in handy, you know, to get your wraps nice and neat and tight. So yeah, so now that's done, I'll just show you now that 4-inch will fit perfect in the rig box. So I'll show you now. So what we'll do is just take this off the loop tire, and then this little tag end we've got, we'll just trim that back like so. And then just to show you now, I'll hook the hook onto the one peg, and then I'll go up to my 4-inch. Like so, there you go. There's your 4-inch hook length. It's as easy as that. Say if you wanted to do, you know, 5-inch, you'll pinch between the 4 and the 3-inch in the centre of the 4 and 3-inch peg, and then do your loop again, and then it just fits perfectly, a bit nice and tight. So you know, you're not going to get any kinks or anything like that in the hook length. So when you use it, you can just take it out, put it back on your line loop to loop it, and then off you go. So yeah, that's the way I do it. There you go. That's how you do your hook lengths for your micro bait bands. Again, it's the way I do it. It's the easiest way I can think of doing it. It's you know, it's not going to pull out because you got that little blob at the top of the eye, so that's going to create it, you know, nice and tight anyway. And then obviously with your wraps as well, it'll make it even tighter, so that's definitely not going to, you know, pull out. Very strong. I've had no fails with them since I've been using them, and yeah, they've caught me a fair few fish, especially on a feeder, and like I say, no problems at all. I say once you get used to, you know, tying them all up and everything, you know, it'd be like second nature. You just carry on doing it, and you know, if you can think of any more ways of doing it, then do it that way. But the easiest way I can think of is obviously with a hook tire, you know, doing your wraps, putting your bait band on and etc. like you see in the clip. But yeah, again, I was using the Power Micron by Matrix, a hook tire, my wraps, some Guru PTFE coated super pellet wagglers, a loop tire, which I didn't put in the start of the video, like a plonker, because you do need one of those, and obviously your bait bands. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the clip, and I hope it'll be a lot easier for you to tie your own rigs too. And let me know how you get on with them in the comments below. And you know, I can't fail them, to be fair. I cannot fail them. The way I've done it is they're brilliant, and I'll always do it that way unless I come up with something a lot easier, which I don't think I will. But yeah, that's how you do it, that's how you tie it. Oh yeah, scissors and a lighter, and that's it. Thanks for watching. If you can like and subscribe, that would be great. Click the little bell notification so every time we put something on you'd be notified, and you know, enjoy a bit more footage. You know, whilst you're not fishing, you want to tie a few rigs, chucking it down outside, don't fancy going out, you know, have a look at the video, learn how to make them, and yeah, the more, you know, the more you make your own, the more, you know, the more you want to do it. And if it's catching you a lot more fish, you'll be a lot more happier doing them yourself instead of buying them off the shelf, which they are cheap enough to buy, like I said. But doing them your own way, you just get more, you know, more joy out of doing it. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll do a couple more videos in the next few weeks. I'll do some bayonets. I'll also do a bit of bait work. I used to own a bait shop a couple of years back when I was in the carp angling area. I'll bring a bit of match fishing baits into it and show you what I do, especially with me meats and stuff like that, and have an edge sometimes on top of the other anglers out there. But yeah, it's always nice to have an edge on the other anglers, you know. But that's the joy of it, you know, trying to think of something that's better to use than what the anglers are using. And that's the joy of it as well. And if you start catching more fish, happy days. But yeah, again, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and there'll be a few more coming up soon. So yeah, tight lines, get them nets wet, and good luck on the bank. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.